Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Hadidi Makeovers. So for today we are going to be doing the Hausa Fulani bridal makeup look. And yeah, if you're joining us for the first time, I'm Hadidi. And please don't forget to subscribe, like, and also comment. Let's get to wanky. Please guys, subscribe. And also, if you watch this video to the end, you're going to see the way we tie a tutorial on how we tied her turban. Let's get started. So guys, welcome back. I'm going to be, as you can see, at first I cleaned her face before the intro video. I cleaned her face using the micellar cleansing water. I'll be doing her brows first, then I'll be moving in. I'll be doing the brows first, the eyes, and also the skin, and then the skin rather. So as you can see, I already cleaned her face. I powdered her brows just to avoid oily and sweaty brows later. So I'm just outlining her brows using a very sharp pencil. If you want your outline to come out very well, some people will be like, I do outline the brows well, I do clean the brows well, and I do I know how to draw my brows well. So if you want a very good and sharp clean brows, you need a very sharp pencil. And if your pencil is sharp, that's when you achieve a very good eyebrow shape. So I already fill in the brows. I'm just going to use my concealer from the Zekel Cosmetics concealer in the shade Honey. I'm going to be highlighting her brow bone with that. I'll be using a very little. I don't want it to be too much. I don't want it to be too flaky or too heavy on her brow bone. I'm going to be going in very lightly. As you can see, I'm just blending that out using my blending brush. After that, I'm going to be going in with the Benai Clown White Eye Primer. I'll be applying that. Can you see how clean this is? Like, the quantity is very low. The lower your product, the better it looks. So I'm going to go in with the Benai Clown White Eyeshadow Primer. I'll be applying that on her crease. So after blending my eyeshadow primer smoothly, can you see that it's all blended in? This is not the main eyeshadow primer I'm going to be applying. I just applied it as a base because I want my maroon eyeshadow color that I'm applying now, I want it to pop very well. So I'm using the eyeshadow, this maroon eyeshadow from Ogene eyeshadow palette, from the Lady V eyeshadow palette in Ogene. So I'll be using that for the outer part and the inner part of the eyes. I'm trying to create a hollow eyeshadow here. Is it hollow eyeshadow they call it? It's called hollow eyeshadow, or is it hollow? I can't really remember. But after applying the maroon eyeshadow, I was going in again with a coffee brown eyeshadow, a darker shade. Can you see that? To make it a little bit darker, I'm going to be applying that on the inner and the outer part of the eyes. I want to apply a lighter shade on the middle, so I'm going to be blending that out and also transitioning the upper part before highlighting my brow bone. So guys, that was the first eyeshadow I told you I was applying. It's just as a base. This is the main eyeshadow I'm going to be applying now, and this is also the Benai eyeshadow primer. Like the way I applied it the first time, it was not as heavy as this, and even this one is not that very heavy. It's just that the Clown White eyeshadow primer is very pigmented. So I'm going to be going in that same eyeshadow palette, the Ogene eyeshadow palette. I'll be using this golden shade, this bronzy golden color. I'll be applying that on the inner part, on the middle part of the eyes where I apply the primer again, so it will pop very well. So after applying the golden shade, I'm going to be transitioning and blending that out, and I'll be using my pigments from, I'll be applying this golden pigment in from White Glam Cosmetics in the shade Disco Ball. I'll be applying that on top of her golden eyeshadow. I want the parts to be pigmented. Can you see that I just applied the pigment? So I'm going to do the other eyes now, and then boom, we apply eyelashes, eyeliner, mascara, and all that. So the other eyes is done. I've already applied the eyeliner and the mascara. I'm going to go ahead and clean her face. I'll be using the micellar cleansing water, so it will be easier for me to clean her face. As you can see, the pigment fallout, the eyeshadow fallout. That's one problem you have in doing the eyebrow or the eye makeup first before going over to do the skin. So yeah, I'm already used to this technique. I just recently started doing the skin before doing the eyes, but this has always been my technique for makeup. I'll do the brow first, then I'll do the eyes, then the skin, and then the lips. So it depends on how comfortable you are as a makeup artist. So as you can see, I'm going to be using the eyelashes from Wink Lashes. This is in Elsa. Yeah, so after applying the lashes, I'm going to be priming her face using, not priming, rather I'll be moisturizing her skin using the Cetaphil moisturizer. You know, I don't prime these days. I always I don't prime because I feel the skin is already dry, so I don't need to make it more dry. So I just want her skin to be moisturized. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I want her skin to be moisturized because of the weather, and also I want the foundation to sit pretty on her skin. So I want it to be all hydrated. So I just went ahead to use foundation to do her upper part of the brows. The upper part of the brows, I used foundation on that. So as you can see, I'm just applying the foundation on her face. I used like 3 shades of foundation from the Zikel foundation, from the Zikel Cosmetics foundation even tone. Is it even, yeah. So I used the shade White Cream, Sexy Almond, and also Golden, is it Golden Caramel? Yes, because of her undertone. So I'm going to be blending that out, as you can see. So after the foundation, the next thing to do is to highlight her face. I'll be using the Zikel concealer in the shade Neutral. I'll be applying that under her eyes, the bridge of her nose, the forehead, the cupid bow, and also on her chin. And then I'll blending that out. So So after I finished blending, I went ahead to apply the contour. I do a powder contour always just because it's easier. Then I'm going to be using this translucent powder from the Bicham Ageless powder palette. The translucent powder, I don't know where I kept my setting powder, but I just had to use the translucent powder, even though on a normal day I do that. Anytime I'm in a hurry, I use the translucent powder instead of my setting powder. So that's just it. I just applied the translucent powder under her eyes, rather where I highlighted, rather that's where I am applying this translucent powder. So I just went ahead to buff that on her face, and then I'm going to be setting her whole face using her shade of powder from the same Bicham Ageless powder palette. I'll be setting her whole face with that. Yes. So after that, I'm going to be using that same powder palette to contour the side of her face. That's the hollow of her cheeks, and also her forehead, the side of her nose, and blending that out. Can you see? I'm just applying the contour now. I'm using a darker shade of powder. So after the contour, I applied a bronzer on her cupid bow, just a little, and then I'm going to be going in with the classic makeup lipstick 24 hours lip stain on in the shade Thunder all over her lips. This is the most favorite part of this video. Like, this is my most favorite part of this video. So if this is your favorite part, please comment below, because this lips is just making the whole makeup look mwah. Yes, that's it. I love this lip so much. So after applying the lipstick, I'm going to be sculpting. Is this sculpting? I'm going to be sculpting her lips. Sculpting her lips. This word is very hard for me to pronounce. I'm going to be sculpting her lips using her shade of foundation to do that, just to make sure I clean all the rough edges on her lips. I don't want it to look rough. So after doing that, the lips will be looking very neat. So after that, I'm going to be buffing off. I'm going to be taking off the translucent powder I applied on her. I'll be using her shade of powder to do that. Can you see? So the face is highlighted. Can you see that? I'm just using her shade of powder from the same Bicham from the same Bicham Ageless palette. I'm going to be using that to take off the translucent powder, rather. So after I'm done with the powder, I'm going to be going under her eyes. That's after applying the eyeliner inside her waterline. I'm going to be going ahead to smudge under her eyes using the same maroon shade I used on her lids before. I'm going to be using the same maroon shade I used, to smudge under the eyes. I want the eyes to look a little bit bolder and also look sexy. After smudging under the eyes, I'll be redefining the eyeliner. I do this always. I always go over my eyeliner again using the Mabruk eyeliner, liquid eyeliner. I'll be going over just to clean out the edges. I want the eyeliner to look very sharp I wanted to the cat eyes to be pointy, or rather after applying the lashes you want your edges of the eyeliner to look neat. So this is the reason why I always go over the eyeliner again with a liquid eyeliner. So guys, this is the look. I'm going to be spraying her face. Okay, sorry. I'll be applying a blush first from the Lady V Planet blush palette in Girls Night Out. I'll be applying the blush on her cheeks. And also, last but not the least, no, second to the last rather, I'll be applying her bronzer. After applying the bronzer, I'll be going ahead to set her face with my favorite setting spray. I'll be using the Kiss Beauty Makeup Fix setting spray on all over her face. So guys, after spraying her face, I'm going to be wrapping this video up here. So yeah, this is the end of the video, and I hope you watched to where I'm going to be tying a simple Hausa Fulani turban on her head. This is it, guys. I love you guys so much. This is Hadidi Makeovers once again. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and also comment. If you want to see more of these videos again, please guys give me a thumbs up, and also you can suggest any look you want me to recreate again. I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.